Hey guys, this is Me700 and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button for awesome vintage Pokemon collecting content. Today we are going to be talking about the top 5 most sought after and rare Pokedolls. I've been getting a lot of requests to do this video since there's not too many videos on YouTube about Pokedoll plush, which is interesting to me for how popular they are in the collecting community. For those of you that don't know what Pokedolls are, they are a chibi-styled Pokemon plush that started around 2002 and were exclusive to the Pokemon Center stores in Japan and the Pokemon Center New York store, later the Nintendo World store in the United States. Because of their limited availability and limited releases of certain characters, some Pokedolls are extremely hard to find and can sell for a pretty penny. I want to quickly note that this list is not going to include the Japan-released plush, which is the precursor to the Pokedoll plush released in 2001, and while are considered a type of Pokedoll, they don't quite fit into this list since there are only a handful of plush made before the official release of Pokedolls, which have had over 100 different characters and releases since Pokedolls came out in 2002. I want to also note that this is a rough list that has been comprised by what I have seen in my past 10 years of collecting Pokedolls, and it is very possible the rarities and values could change in the future. That being said, let's get started. Number 5. The Hoenn Trio. While these 3 Pokedolls typically have 1 or 2 on eBay at a given time, these Pokedoll final evolutions have become insanely popular over the past few years and have shot up in value. The trio each had an American and Japanese release in 2005. The Japanese versions typically value a tad higher than the US versions, but getting yourself a Blaziken, Swampert, or Sceptile can cost you upwards of $200 to $450 a piece depending on condition. Number 4. The Houndour Pokedoll. The Houndour Pokedoll had a 2002 Japan release and a 2006 American release. This Pokedoll definitely has become increasingly harder to find over the past few years, especially the 2002 Japanese release. This puppy can range for $300 to $500 depending on release year and condition. Number 3. The Tufte Pichu Pokedoll. Tufte Pichu is a fan-coined term for the Pichu in the 2000 anime short featuring the Pichu brothers. The term Tufte referring to the tuft of fur on his head. This Pokedoll came out in 2002 as a Japan-only release, 2 years after the release of this anime short. Though similar to a regular Pichu Pokedoll, they do have some slight differences, the big one being the obvious head tuft. This adorable doll rarely pops up for sale and sells for around $300 to $500 depending on condition. Number 2. The Smoochum Pokedoll. The Smoochum Pokedoll was a Japan-only release that came out with a special Smoochum promotion in 2002 at the Japan Pokemon Centers called Mutual Couture, Mutual being Smoochum's Japanese name. This promo included things such as nail polish, pouches and totes, pocket mirrors, etc., basically a line intended for young girls. These items have also been increasingly difficult to find on top of the Smoochum Pokedoll. Being a Japan-only release for the short period of time this promotion was out, these Pokedolls have very rarely popped up for sale here in the US. Because of this, they tend to fetch a pretty penny. This cutie can fetch around $500 to $800 depending on condition. Number 1. There's actually a tie for number 1 for most sought after Pokedoll. These are the Meowth and Clefairy Pokedolls. I placed these two as a tie because they have the exact same backstory. These guys both previously had a plush release in Japan, however they are way more difficult to find in the Pokedoll form. These 2 Pokedolls were released in 2001 with the opening of the Pokemon Center New York store in the United States. They are some of the only earlier Pokedolls that were released in the US but not Japan. I can count on one hand the number of times I have seen each of these for sale in my 10 years collecting, and I do not believe there is a single collector that owns both of them. They can sell for $500 to over $1,000 each because of their rarity and ties to the defunct New York Pokemon Center store. Speaking of the defunct Pokemon Center New York store, if you have not already seen my history website on this amazing store, please check out my website, PokemonCenterNewYork.com. It is full of some amazing information and photos of the original Pokemon Center store here in the United States. I will be doing a detailed history video of the store with my co-author Julie later this year, so please keep an eye out for that. So there is your top 5 most sought after and rare Pokedolls, coming from a veteran Pokedoll collector. Again, take this list with a grain of salt, as there are many other Pokedolls that are elusive. This is just a list created from what I have witnessed in my long years of collecting these things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like or a comment, and to follow me on Instagram at MewIsMe700, and I will see you guys next time.